is suing the University of Oklahoma, claiming they were discriminated against because they're white. As News 9's Storm Jones reports, the students claim they missed out on scholarships because of their skin color. The 22-page lawsuit was filed in federal court on behalf of 3 white OU students. Legal experts I talked with say it's going to be a difficult case to prove.
That is going to be a pretty tough hill for them to climb.
One OU senior claims in the lawsuit she was told by an admissions counselor, quote, financial aid was generally not available to students like her, but would have been if she were African American. The lawsuit argues the students would have received additional financial aid from the University of Oklahoma if OU did not engage in racial discrimination.
Number one, so one of these students is a senior and the university didn't teach them critical thinking enough to not try to say that you're being racially discriminated against while you're the racial majority at the university? Come on, my alma mater. Number two, research over me searching. Let's really deal with this scholarship claim statistically, right? Black and African American college students graduate on average $25,000 more in student loan debt than their white college students. So what does it mean for this claim to say you're discriminated against because you get less scholarship opportunities when statistically we owe more in student debt? Number three, so we're clear. I'm one of the University of Oklahoma black college graduates that owe on average statistically more than my white counterparts. Here's an article they did about me in 2017. OU students break family cycle and incarceration with upcoming graduation. And this alma mater be coming into the news lately for the wrong thing. Number four, y'all know why the journalist was saying she's gonna have an uphill battle? Because statistically speaking, meaning research, not me search, 4 years after graduation, black students are on average 188% more than white students borrow. How can they make this claim about discrimination and scholarship money with all these stats right here standing in their face? Number five, that is actually the percentage of population that black people at the University of Oklahoma. And what I know from being there, the reason why I was always already misunderstood as being a student athlete, because majority of the students that's black on that campus is what? Student athletes. So if you hating on them and getting scholarship, my question is, what is your 40 time and can you jump a vertical? You know what I'm saying? Can you tackle? Can you dunk a ball? Can you run a, like, what can you do? Number six, so scholarships are typically given on the need basis. And these students have enough money to be able to file a federal lawsuit and get a lawyer, but they claim they ain't get enough scholarship money. You should have put that money on that lawyer to pay for the school.
It is going to be very difficult for them to make their case unless they have either some sort of whistleblower or somebody on the inside who can say this white student did not get this money because we had it earmarked for this African-American student.
A Washington, D.C. attorney for the students tells News 9, quote, the United States Supreme Court has been clear that racial discrimination has no place in our nation's universities. The ban on racial discrimination extends to financial aid decisions, and we intend to hold the University of Oklahoma to account for its illegal conduct. The lawsuit names the University of Oklahoma and 4 OU officials, including President Joseph Harris Jr. We did reach out to OU for a comment today. We'll let you know when we hear back. And according to the lawsuit, the students are seeking to be paid back the money they believe they missed out on. Storm Jones, Oklahoma's own News.
Number seven, so I went to check the students' profile pages on Instagram, and of course, they're these supporters right here. So then I had a whole bunch of things that came to mind, like, hold on now. Y'all support somebody that made it harder for particular students to even access admissions, let alone scholarships, and y'all talking about y'all discriminated against. Education is elevation, and stop thinking deeply about shallow shit. You're drowning your own understanding.
Scholarships are everywhere is the biggest lie ever told. As someone who has helped students get results like this, I want to share with you all how to find these scholarships. So first, here are my top 5 scholarship sites. Take a screenshot right now. Also, here's a fun fact. Most of the scholarships I won, I didn't even use a scholarship search engine. Instead, I intentionally looked from professional organizations relating to what I'm studying, and I asked around for local scholarships, which are less competitive. Finally, make sure to go to my bio link. I have a list of scholarships to apply for that I do every single month, as well as a free group chat to receive scholarship advising. Good luck.
20 years ago, there was no student loan debt crisis. Only parents, teachers, and professionals advising kids that college was the surest way to secure your future by any means necessary. Just the girl in the world goes on to say, I'm annoyed by the insinuation that idiot 18-year-old dreamed up the idea of taking out gargantuan loans for shits and giggles. Most of us had no credit and couldn't even rent a car. We were failed deliberately. They literally embedded predatory loan practices inside of the curriculum. They turned us away from vocational techs and trades and turned us towards everything that'll get us some good old inflated interest rates for loans. The school loan debt crisis was built by some unethical baby boomers that was trying to line their pockets by selling dreams to millennials and shit. Then we can't get no student loan cancellation, but we got billions of dollars to bail out these corporations. You should have known better what they tell us, but they don't have that same energy when we bailing out corporations with our tax dollars. And that's on student loan.
If you missed this recent deadline for student loan forgiveness, then here's something else that you could benefit from. Save and share this video. So many people qualify to have their monthly student loan payments lowered to as little as $0 per month. Through the U.S. Education Department, the SAVE plan is available to all student loan borrowers in the direct loan program who are in good standing on their student loans. The SAVE plan lowers student loan payments for almost all people compared to other income-driven payment plans because your payments are based on a smaller portion of your adjusted gross income. Also, the SAVE plan will give borrowers who originally borrowed $12,000 or less forgiveness after as few as 10 years. Anywho, to learn more about the SAVE plan, go here, and to apply for it, go to this link.
Part of it is we have to remember who takes out student loans. It's not rich people, and it's not people who aren't trying. It's people who just weren't born into families that could afford to write a check for them to go to college. Mm-hmm. And yet, we want to invest in those people. Let me just give you one stat on this. And that is, we've now studied people who are 20 years out, and the average white borrower owes about 5% of what they originally bought. 20 years, they're still paying, but the end is in sight. The average black borrower, 95%. The president could cancel $50,000 of student loan debt, and if he did, that would help close the black-white wealth gap for people with student loan debt.